up, Sauce Gang, and welcome back to the channel. Hot Sauce Beats here with a surprise reaction for you. First off, happy Thanksgiving, and I wanted to do something special for today, so I'm gonna do a bunch of fun reactions, and we are starting the day off with Death Battles, Omni-Man versus Homelander, Invincible versus the Boys Death Battle. Since I started this last week, this is one of the most requested ones you guys told me I need to check out. And as someone who's a big fan of The Boys, I haven't seen the latest season though. I'm super stoked to see. I mean, Homelander is a big douche canoe and a murderer, so he might win this. And I don't really know much about Omni-Man. But I'm beyond hyped to check this out. But before we do, show Death Battle some love by subscribing to their channel. And chat, we are so close to 100,000 subs, and we're trying to get there by Christmas. So if you haven't yet, please smash that subscribe button and join the Sauce Gang family. But enough talking, let's get to reacting and roll that bomb ass intro.
Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Hot Sauce Beats is finally here. Eat, sleep, make beats. Eat, sleep, make beats.
Hot Sauce Beats. Woo-hoo. Oh, that's right. I called Homelander a douche canoe. Let's go. He is. He's such a bad guy, dude. He's a bad superhero. Let's go. I'm hyped for this.
The Invincible champion from planet Viltrum.
Homelander, the world's greatest superhero, brought to you by Vought International.
Few heroes have stood the test of time with more aplomb than the very first, Superman. But what if absolute power did, in fact, corrupt absolutely?
Answer, we're all screwed.
Homelander.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Happy Thanksgiving, chat.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's Omni-Man.
I don't know much at all about Omni-Man.
Not really. His name is in the title of the video.
Well, you might be forgiven for mistaking Nolan Grayson for his classic comic inspiration. He's even got that sexy mustache that he's not afraid to hide with terrible CGI. Born on the planet Viltrum, Nolan was sent to Earth to act as its super-powered alien
years old, huh?
And spread the enlightenment of his utopian homeworld.
Really wants his son to think.
Superhero alter ego Omni-Man, there was no one better suited to the task. He's saved the world countless times, worked alongside
Good job, Omni-Man. Good job.
And even married and had a son, Mark.
Life couldn't be better until Mark inherited his dad's Viltrumite powers. That's when Mark found out that his dad was a stinking rat bastard liar.
Turns out, Viltrum wasn't exactly the peaceful utopia Nolan promised.
Peaceful in the sense that they culled half their population, murdering billions with their bare hands until only the strongest were left, united by a common purpose.
This Viltrumite empire then went on to conquer planet after planet in their home galaxy, murdering any who dared oppose them. So just scratch that whole peaceful part entirely.
And turns out Omni-Man was here to do that same thing to Earth. Sorry, Mark, your dad's a dick.
Even worse, he's easily the most powerful being on the entire planet.
Oh, so he's bad. He ain't saving us, he's bad.
Imagine combining the raw power of a Kryptonian and the bloodlust of a Saiyan, and what you get is basically a Viltrumite.
Due to their unique DNA, Viltrumites are composed of smart atoms that they can manipulate to achieve superhuman feats, like holding their breath for weeks on end by drawing more energy from the oxygen inside them.
Kinda reminds me of that whole bioelectric aura thing Superman has. That's basically how comic writers bullshit a science-y explanation for his powers.
Except smart atoms make even less sense. How can atomic structure be designated by your DNA? DNA is made of atoms.
It's smart.
It's completely nonsensical
smart
biological
atoms,
hogwash that
Science.
I cannot stand.
Uh-oh, comics fans. I'm calling this debunked. Viltrumites can fly, withstand near absolute zero temperatures, and even possess insane healing factors. You know, stuff like getting punched through the stomach, having your guts ripped out, or having your face smashed up in a tomato soup. I don't mean to exaggerate, but Viltrumites in this series get fucked up and somehow survive.
Dude,
However, too
he's
much
angry.
trauma to the brain or heart can overtax their healing factors, and intense heat can be especially damaging.
Even the most powerful Viltrumites can be killed by extended baths in the spicy hot plasma of a star.
Bro, this is gory, chat. Omni-Man don't fudge around. It's very gory, very gory. Non-violent, non-violent.
And because of their abilities, their inner ear vestibular system is far more sensitive than a regular human's. Intense sonic pressure will disrupt their fragile equilibrium and even prevent them from flying.
Though pushing themselves to their physical limits only ends up making them way stronger. And considering Nolan has been alive and planet conquering for thousands of years, he is easily one of the toughest Viltrumites around. Like, other aliens attacking him will literally splatter their bodies against him. But Mark didn't inherit everything from his dad. Despite his alien genes, Mark was raised as a human with our weak, pathetic human values like love and compassion and not brutally murdering the shit out of everyone you see like a maniac. Really made it difficult for Nolan to relate to his kid.
Such as when these aliens invaded Earth. Mark tried his best to minimize casualties and outsmart his numerically superior foes.
Nolan, meanwhile, tackled their leader through the portal back to their homeworld, then spent some time systematically annihilating their planet for even daring to take Earth from him. Classic generational divide.
Annihilate is underselling it. Nolan flew so fast that his body lit their planet's
Why have I not
atmosphere
seen
on
this?
fire, creating massive country-sized explosions, with his own body as the projectile.
Omni-Man has flown across galaxies in only a week, survived punching a hole through a planet, and even deflected a meteor the size of Texas.
Assuming that means the diameter of the meteor is equivalent to the distance from the top of the Panhandle
Oh my
to the
God,
Gulf
stop
of
it!
Mexico.
Stop
That
it with the
makes
math!
1,300 kilometers wide.
And weigh over 4.6 quintillion tons, moving at re-entry speeds of over 11,000 meters per second. It had hit with
a lot of math,
energy
chat.
to destroy the moon twice over.
So Omni-Man is strong enough to slaughter those who considered him an ally, the Guardians of the Globe.
Now, I'm just going to say this again. I don't know much about Omni-Man. However, I know a lot about Homelander. Homelander ain't this strong, dude. I mean, Homelander's strong. I mean, he's literally a bad Superman, but this Omni-Man seems on another level. Unless if you just want some super high sonic healing, because Homelander has mommy issues. Other than that, I don't think he has many weaknesses, but Omni-Man, again, his ears, so I don't know, dude.
All to ensure as seamless
Omni-Man's
a transition
stronger,
to the coming Viltrumite
but he has a
rule
weakness.
as possible.
Too bad for Nolan, it wouldn't be that easy, because he'd have to go through his son first.
Mark was horrified by his father's treachery, spurred on by the reveal that Nolan only viewed his mother as a pet, a disposable broodmare. Invincible fought Omni-Man to save the planet.
And that's when Mark's real Viltrumite training began. Get it? Training? Like the train?
Yes, we get it. It was a good pun. Jesus.
But if anything, it was Omni-Man that learned a lesson about humanity that day.
He may have tried to turn Mark into a Viltrumite, but in reality, as Nolan fled Earth with tears in his eyes, Mark made his father human.
Wow, okay. Now
This
produce
episode is
Canoe
sponsored by
Homelander,
BetterHelp.
bro.
Life can be overwhelming, and many people are burned out without
It
even
can
knowing
be.
it.
Symptoms can include
Life-
lack of motivation.
life can be
feeling
a lot.
help Better.
All right, let's go.
HELP.com/.
Happy Thanksgiving, chat. Let's freaking go. Homelander
Welcome
is a
to
douche.
Vought International, a multi-billion-dollar American conglomerate whose #1 products
Dude,
are
this
the
show's
greatest
so good.
superheroes on the face of the earth.
That's right, superheroes are real and they're big business.
Imagine a company that possesses a monopoly on popular culture, pumping out movies, TV shows, action figures, and video games constantly, drowning the masses in a slurry of focus-tested nostalgia opium with no end in sight.
Yeah, imagine.
Within Vought's pantheon of gods among men is their premier super team, the Seven, and its leader, Homelander.
Homelander.
He's got the looks, the charm, the Jesus, and most importantly, he's got the power to slaughter all of America's enemies at home and abroad. This guy probably eats freedom and shits eagles.
But Homelander's squeaky clean corporate sheen is only skin deep. Far from the big blue Boy Scout he's marketed as, Homelander is probably the closest thing to Lucifer on Earth.
Remember
Yes.
Bad Future Biff from Back to the Future? Now give him superpowers and media training.
Vought's official story is that Homelander was an alien who landed here as a baby, a tale we're all familiar with.
And one that's total bullshit. Homie was made in a lab with Vought's proprietary super soldier serum. Compound V.
And he was a complete success.
Too much of a success. He was murdering rooms of terrified scientists before his umbilical cord was even cut. In the comics, Vought had to keep a remote-controlled hydrogen bomb strapped to him at all times because they had no idea what else could possibly kill him.
As he grew up, he was subjected to psychological conditioning to make him the greatest and most profitable hero of all time.
It wasn't long before he debuted as Homelander, the ultimate defender of the American dream.
Homelander possesses massively superhuman strength, speed, and durability.
And he loves the fame. Loves the fame.
X-ray vision and detect a person's emotional state from just the sound of their heartbeat.
But you know you're done for when he breaks out his heat vision, which is strong enough to slice through crowds of people or split airplanes in half.
Or screams so loud that it shatters the eardrums of anyone around him.
Those are innocent bystanders whose ears are exploding, by the way. Oh yeah, he totally botched this mission to stop a plane hijacking, so he forced each and everyone on board to die in the resulting crash so they wouldn't reveal his incompetence.
Well, Homelander's powers may be real, but his heroism is a charade. Though he plays his part well, he cares nothing for the peons he's forced to protect.
The only thing he treasures is, ironically, his public image. Turns out being raised as a lab experiment doesn't create a healthy person. But don't worry, he eventually cleaned up his act and started a totally 100% healthy sexual relationship with a fellow superhero who just happened to be an actor.
And then she becomes like, she's got no legs and no arms, dude. And it's been a couple years since I saw it, but yeah, she's a Nazi.
Cool Nazi. Speaking of sex, Wiz, you know how I'm always saying we should figure out how Superman and Lois get busy? Well, forget that, because Homelander proved that they can't when his ejaculation blew his partner to smithereens. Who proved that?
Look, there's no way to sugarcoat this. Considering a human's load has much less mass than a shotgun pellet, it would have to be moving significantly faster to achieve the same kinetic energy, over 1,500 meters per second, or 4.5 times faster than sound.
That's right, Homelander can bust a nut faster than the speed of sound. Well, good night, everybody. Ooh, kinda sucks for humanity that they made this dude the most powerful being on the planet and a psycho murderer.
That's no exaggeration. Still,
I did not know when I would be watching this that we would scientifically figure out what it's like when Homelander busts a nut. There you go, chat, in case you were curious.
Well, even commented that Homelander has proven immune to every weapon known to mankind, no matter how powerful. Humanity literally lacks the ability to kill him.
That'd include nuclear weapons as powerful as the Tsar bomb, which exploded with the energy of 50 megatons of TNT.
Actually, it could have exploded with twice that. But the Soviets who created it were afraid it would irreversibly alter Earth's biosphere and end the world. That's right, we all almost died.
And that's the kind of shit Homelander can shrug off no problem. He's strong enough to throw a jet with one hand and fast enough to outspeed a C4 explosion.
Despite being an emotionally stunted man-child, Homelander is still surprisingly cunning and able to manipulate those around him.
Though it probably wasn't too smart to piss off the world's angriest limey, Billy Butcher. Yeah, turns out forcibly fathering a bastard son with someone else's wife is not a good idea.
Of note, as unjustifiable as it is, to Homelander, this gave him something he never had before. Some small measure of control over his own life.
Being born Vought's star pupil meant he was under their thumb from the day he was born. His superpowered son was the first thing that was truly his and might be his best option for a new beginning. Or
he's trying to teach him how to fly there. Let's go!
This episode is sponsored by Mint Mobile.
Holy cow.
After years of fine print,
I thought it was BetterHelp.
MintMobile.com/deathbattle.
Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/deathbattle.
Let's go, baby. Get the
All right,
battle
the maps
on!
are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Let's go! Bro, this is gonna be crazy, chat.
Howdy, neighbor. Coco? It's warm. You know, Nolan, Homelander is more than just a superhero. It might be cynical to say this, but he's a brand. And it's very important to me that that brand means something. And if I'm playing second fiddle to some goddamn alien, what's really the point, right? What do you think, Debbie? Aw, she's shy. So, do we have an understanding? Get the fuck out of my country.
Mustache. That mustache might be too much to handle.
Heart. Shit. That was a great line.
Oh, here we go, chat. Here we go.
Country? Seriously? I'm not here for your country.
Okay. I think Omni-Man's gonna win, but because I think that, I think Homelander's gonna win. Reverse psychology on myself. Take that, self. Oh, punch him in space. I mean, who doesn't want an American flag cape? Sevens, all those people. Now,
ever been hit by someone your own size before? You have to
Omni-Man
turn with a punch to reduce. Better.
Omni-Man doesn't like heat, so shouldn't the laser hurt him? Woo! Yep. I had a feeling that was gonna turn into a bomb.
What's the matter? Are you going to cry?
After I'm done with you, I'm gonna flashpoint that little shit son of yours! This worthless neighborhood! And every goddamn person you know!
Remember what I promised you. Now swallow. Merry Christmas.
KO! Wiz, if there's a god, it sure seems like he was working out some aggression there.
Despite Homelander's dominance within the world of the boys, he's a big fish in a small pond, relatively speaking. Homelander can move faster than sound, while Omni-Man can move faster than light. Homelander can survive a nuke, while Omni-Man can shatter the moon twice over.
To be fair, Homelander did have a couple of abilities Omni-Man didn't, like his heat vision.
And while Viltrumite healing factors have failed against continuous exposure to the heat of stars, that still took quite a bit of time.
Merry
and there's
Christmas!
no reason to think Homelander's heat vision
Merry
was anywhere near
Christmas!
that hot.
Hell, Nolan's tanked heat.
Okay. I was right. I was wrong, but I was right. I knew Omni-Man would win, but I just thought, you know, last time I thought, I don't know, bro. I was wrong, right?
Heat vision from the superhero means Supreme before, who can vaporize people in an instant.
Even if it was hot enough, Omni-Man's superior speed would cut him off before he could do any lasting damage.
Made him eat his heart,
despite
dude.
being able
Now
to disrupt
swallow.
his equilibrium with his supersonic screaming, Homelander wasn't strong enough to capitalize on it in any meaningful way.
Plus, while Homelander is
Now
pretty
swallow.
devious when the situation calls for it, Omni-Man has been fighting and conquering worlds for thousands of years. He comes from a warrior culture based on fighting. Homelander, on the other hand, comes from a test tube and never had to push himself as a fighter because he was always so much stronger than everyone else.
And that's the key difference between them. One is a warrior, and the other is a bully. Homelander was never
True
going
that.
to give up easy, but Omni-Man's skill, power, and Viltrumite heritage earned him the win.
When it comes to
True that,
Superman
chat, true
knockouts,
that.
Homelander had to eat his heart out.
The winner is Omni-Man.
Sheesh.
Death Battle is back, and we've launched.
All right, let me bring you in, fam. Dude, I see why so many of you were requesting this now. That was absolutely bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. I don't know why I just said that, but Yeah, man, again, I don't know much about Omni-Man, but that's what is so cool about this show, is that they do this like breakdown of each character so you understand their abilities and their background. And just from seeing everything about Omni-Man, I'm like, dude, there's no way. There's no way. As strong as Homelander is, he's like capped, you know what I mean? And I mean, we just saw it. I mean, really, with the exception of a couple little screams here and there hurting his eardrums, I mean, that fight was all Omni-Man, all of it. And then he ripped off his jaw and pulled out his heart and shoved it in his mouth. So, hey, but this has been amazing, fam. I'm absolutely loving these death battles. And when I was trying to find which one to react to, I saw, dude, this has been around for like 9 or 10 years. There's a lot of them. So we have a lot of catching up to do. You know, maybe we'll do like the new one, which I think comes out on Mondays, and then maybe like one on the weekend or something. But so let me know which ones you guys want to recommend that or request that I react to. Let me know in the comments, and make sure you show Death Battle some love by subscribing to the channel. And again, chat, we're trying to get to 100,000 subs by Christmas. So if you haven't yet, please smash that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and it greatly helps out the channel. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And remember, it's eat, sleep, and make beats. And as usual, be kind of one another. That's all I got. Boom. I'm out. Get up and for the Sauce Gang. Peace out, chat.